Okay. Let me show this one. So we're going to review the review. We're going to do the reviewception. We got the Roach King. We got Asmongold. We finally did it, boys. Boys, we did it. And it wasn't because I'm a good video maker, because I'm not. I'm actually garbage. In the YouTube world, I am like beyond poverty, which I know. But there are people here. So this is actually a Hero High video. Hero High video, but Asmon reviewed it, and his video relies heavily on your boy here, Legal Mindset. So we did finally get it. We did finally do it, boys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it when there's something to clarify, because there's a lot of stuff to clarify or to put some more detail on. But we got it, guys. We're doing it.
Since I talked about Johnny Somali, it's just like a never-ending character arc of lameness with this weirdo. Dude never really learns a lesson. It's pathetic. And it's like max-level cringe to watch anything involving this guy. However, this did catch my attention. Dumb. Hopping over to the man, Legal Mindset. Tweet from March 6th yesterday. Legal Mindset says, Ramsey's first day of trial just concluded. Ramsey being Johnny Somali. He was 1 hour late and came in with his roommate, Hank. Both Ramsey's lawyer and Ramsey had no idea about the new charges. So
I wonder what the lawyer was thinking.
The lawyer was thinking, what the f***? The lawyer was thinking, what the f***? And the lawyer was also like, I can't believe there's more to deal with this guy.
Because, like, I mean, is this like whenever you're on a team in, like, a competitive game and, like, you just know, like, you know the first minute into the game this is going to be a steamroll? And so you're like, okay, I've just got to put in the time, get my check, and get out of here.
Push the next trial date for 3 weeks from today, April 9th. Johnny pled guilty to all the other charges.
I would be too.
Details on those charges below. Ramsey was also clearly wearing Hank's white suit. And we got a picture that we'll take a look at after this tweet. But yeah, he says,
no,
which was wildly oversized, but had an ebony ivory vibe going on with Hank's black suit.
Oh God, like, you saw his eyebrows? He was like, what? What? I'm like, we're all going what? We were all going what with this duo that walked in? Everybody, because it was so clearly coordinated between the two of them. Like, it was clearly coordinated. Once again, some people say, oh, Andrew, why do you focus on that? Why I focus on that is without the help, to be very clear, and this is very serious, right? Without the help and assistance of Hank, Han Jung-yu, Ramsey would be done. He would be broken. He would have already been like in serious trouble if it wasn't for Hank. Right? So, yeah. Do not do not mess that around. Hank has been essential. And if you want to know who Hank is, watch my last stream. Hank has been key to him getting stuff done in Korea. So, yeah.
He was also told twice to take off his MAGA hat.
Why is he wearing a
it's just outside the Somali courtroom. And yeah, we can see Legal Mindset there outside Somali's courtroom. This is dedication to covering legal stuff. This man flew to Korea to cover.
Bro, did this guy get this? He got this from the Matrix, man.
I got it from ETH Wallet, baby. I'm glad he likes my suit.
That's Neo's trench coat.
For this Johnny Somali trial, I can certainly respect the grind. And it's a nice coat, classy look. I like to Johnny Somali.
Oh my God. Oh man. Wow.
We can see. Here's a picture of Somali with Hank going to that South Korean court.
Jesus.
People also
and Hank is not that big, so if Johnny's shorter, it's bad. And Johnny wears lifts too, so.
Pointing out once again that Somali's outfit's looking quite a bit oversized for him. And then there's this one,
What a fucking clown.
He's thrilled to be there. This is what he loves to do.
Look at once again, look at the fitting on that suit. It is like a parachute on him. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God. I guess this was probably before the court case. Yeah, this is probably beforehand. So he's actually, why does he have, the thing is, like, this wouldn't really look so bad. If he had like a red tie on, it would actually look kind of good. Why do you have a blue tie? I guess it's red, white, and blue for America. Which, by the way, I don't know if this guy is from America, but I hope South Korea puts him in jail so he stays over there. Yeah, I don't know if he's from America or not. Probably.
To be a giant clown on the internet.
He's
for
American?
However, that I'll show you at the end of this brief video paints a bit of a different picture as he's like freaking out trying to cope with the whole thing. But yeah, we'll get to that. Oh, and there was also this. South Korea's National Intelligence Service visited Johnny Somali, who told him he was under investigation for the National Security Violation Act. Gee, could it be because Johnny Somali supports North Korean communism and wants South Korea nuked?
Yeah,
I guess
he has said that multiple times. And in several TTS, text-to-speech messages, they played either the national anthem or propaganda, or said in Korean that he wanted to like nuke all Koreans and he wanted to destroy South Korea and, you know, hail Kim Jong-un. So this is stuff that happened like over and over and over and over again. In multiple times, multiple public places. It was disruptive. It was obviously meant to be confrontational. So it wasn't just like there's a one-off thing where he said, I love North Korea, and he's thrown in jail just for that. This is something that happened. And if you watch these streams, it's hours and hours and hours and hours of it happening. It's not just it happened once and that's it. It happened over and over and over and over again. So this is the real issue with Johnny Somali is he did it for days and days at a time.
Literally said, I love Kim Jong-un. I hope he nukes this shit when I leave. Like, and like, because I was like, why would the national security, like, why would they want to talk to this guy? And yeah, he was like, he's totally like, yeah, I love North Korea. I think North Korea is great.
That one is still unfolding, but hopping back over to the current trial and the current charges. That takes us back over to Legal Mindset, who's got more info. He says, reminder, Ramsey faces a total of 4 charges.
That's a lot of
2
charges.
counts of
It's actually, to be fair now, correction, it's now 5. So it's now 5, and the 5th is deepfakes, and that's in the Eastern District, but that hasn't come to court yet. It's in the prosecutor's office, but it's going to come to court eventually. So we know that one's going to go forward because of Johnny and how he exposed things. So you're going to have 5, but this was before we knew about, before I was talking about that. And I was talking about the Western District here. So I wasn't talking about the Eastern District. So I was talking about specifically this case. It was kind of a response to that thread. So in the Western District of Seoul, he has 4 charges. There's other districts where he can have charges. And we know the Eastern District is going to have some. So just understand that. Let's continue.
of obstruction of business and 2 violations of the Minor Crimes Act. Today, he pled guilty to 1 count of obstruction, convenience store.
I remember that
and
one.
2 counts of the Minor Crimes Act, dead fish harassment, and disrupting subway/bus.
Oh my God.
All right, now I'll play a very brief portion of Legal Mindset's stream. He's got some very interesting info regarding this additional charge and also the judge.
Here we go.
The judge was a different judge.
Yeah, so there's 100% a different judge.
So I went to this same courtroom in December to figure out the correct judge.
Because we wanted to see what type of judge it was. Was he young? Was he old? Was he strict? How did he sentence, right?
So, and I didn't talk about this very much because I want to keep it secret from Ramsey. They changed the judge, which explains why new charges were added. Because now there's a new judge. The new judge comes in.
They're tag teaming on him, bro.
It's a normal rotation. It's not a tag team. It's a normal rotation. And I talked about this, that it's normal for them to rotate in the spring. So I know it's a joke to tag team, but it is a normal rotation.
He's getting 2v1. That's not fair.
I do agree with Legal Mindset.
Update stuff. This judge was very no nonsense, but
Thank God.
Ramsey thinks he got away with not being noticed at some things he did. The judge noticed. And the judge was like, what the
What did he do?
Okay, so I don't mention it here, and Hero High clipped me in a way that is confusing. So let me clarify. What he did was he stuck his tongue out at me twice. The judge saw it. He was laughing. The judge saw it. He had his hands in the pocket. The judge saw it. Right? He was pretending he didn't speak English and didn't know numbers. The judge definitely got that because he said it. Right? He kept looking back and looking at us in the audience, and the judge noticed that. So all that was noticed by the judge. And the judge also got his general demeanor. And so these are things that Ramsey think he's slick and the judge doesn't see. The judge was looking literally right at him. Right at him. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's continue here. So that it got you past that picture.
Once again, that's an extremely brief portion of Legal Mindset's full
Yeah,
stream,
I'm
which
curious
was
what
around
he
2.5
did.
hours long. So yeah, there's a whole lot more that he has to say, and I'll link that stream in the description for you. And we'll conclude this coverage by showing you how Johnny Somali was doing right before court, and it looks like he's trying to...
Man, this guy is looking at South Korean prison for 10 years. I think maybe South Korea, in an effort to restore some degree of diplomatic relations with North Korea, they could make like a system to where if they really don't like you and you're like a foreigner and you come to Korea and you cause problems,
I see where you're going
they
with
send
this.
you to North Korea. And then North Korea deals with you.
I'm here for
North
that.
Korea can take these people and basically just be like, it's like a punishment, right? Put them in a work camp or something like that, right? What if it reunites them? Yeah, this is the beginning of a very, very beautiful diplomatic relationship. 10 years is crazy. Is it really crazy? I mean, yeah, it is crazy. It's a lot.
No, but this is where I think Asmon doesn't like understand the fundamental issue with the crime spree, and also the fact that there's even other charges like the deep fakes, and there's ones that haven't even been charged. So even the 10 years he's facing as a max penalty, first of all, he's not going to get he wouldn't get a max penalty necessarily, but it actually is well deserved because he went on a criminal spree, and they do consider that totality when they're thinking about the sentencing and thinking about the, whether or not to give a harsh sentence or a less harsh sentence. Because, Johnny has decided to go on this criminal spree and say that Korea is open for business because they're a U.S. colony, right? So he can do whatever he wants, and he can get away with whatever he wants, and he can get drunk and do whatever he wants in Korea because, well, it's a U.S. colony. It's a U.S. vassal state. That's his statement. That's what he said.
Very consecutively went ahead and did a bunch of like annoying harassment things. He did this constantly, right? Like he's sitting around spamming Hiroshima, Nagasaki, which are the two cities that the U.S. bombed in Japan. He's spamming this in Korea and saying it to Koreans. Really? It's a real ass. Why not kick him out of the country? Because kicking him out of the country is the best case scenario for him. And so, like, what I'm saying is that when a person gets punished for something that they're doing wrong, the goal also should be to how can we create an incentive mechanism that will prevent other people from doing this in the future. And the fact is that him going to jail for 10 years is a much better incentive for people to not do it in the future than him getting deported. That's the truth. Because there's a reason why people act a fool in Japan and not China. There's a reason why people act a fool in Korea, but not in North Korea. There's a reason why people act a fool in the U.S., let's say, in some nice upper middle class Starbucks, but they don't go and do this down in Detroit. And everybody knows the reason. Almost all of these people, they are making calculated decisions on who they harass, how they harass them, and where they go to harass people. Because they don't want to take a risk of getting shot or going to jail. That's the truth. They know this. That's why none of them would even dare do this. Imagine doing this in Saudi Arabia. They would never do that. They would never do that because they're terrified of maybe getting killed, right? Or just getting plain knocked out, exactly. So once you understand that, and that's why so many of these obnoxious, aggressive streamers go to places like Japan.
This is very true, by the way. This is all true. This is all facts. He's all spitting. Like, I'm not stopping Asmon here because this is all 100% facts. Like, there absolutely is a bias towards going to countries that are perceived as nice and kind. And this is why this is why the nuisance streamers are fighting me so hard, because they want Japan and Korea on the board because they want to continue to exploit Asia, right? Asia is a very safe, easy place for them to exploit with nuisance streaming.
They do, because it's basically a PvE server. And so you're going to a PvE server and you're doing PvP, And big surprise, you have to set an example out of somebody like that. You do. Wouldn't even hear about it. Yeah. And Japan's PV server, yeah, they're not doing it in Singapore. I'm not sure about that. I bet Korean taxpayers would support keeping him in jail as long as they feel like it. Yeah, I think so. So this is the perspective I have. I think it's a very good thing that they're punishing him a lot, because I think that he's the example that other people will use for not going to Korea and acting a fool.
Because, like, I'm being nice to you guys. It's just sickening. It's disgusting. And I regret watching it. The guy's, like, licking liquor off the floor, like, sucking it off the floor, and it's just nasty.
He's sucking his own vomit. So understand, guys, he vomited. So he vomited, and then he licked it up. And part of what he, like, spilled and like, vomited, like, he was, like, licking back up, like, his, like, backwash. And it was dirty off the floor. Like, it was just nasty. It was just real. And once again, you can't play this stuff. And that's why I don't want to play it, and I'm not going to play it. It's just absolutely disgusting.
I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight.
So true. What was he saying?
I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight.
True.
Yeah, so there's also a part where he spills the liquor, starts licking it off the floor, then spits some of it up. It's even more disgusting.
Yeah.
At some point, almost pukes, and you get the point. Typical Johnny Somali stuff. But hey, at least he's got his bros in chat with them, like this one that says,
Yeah.
he's not going to miss court. Let him chill with all of us until he feels like he needs to stop or sleep a bit or whatever.
How do you simp for this guy?
Well, either because there's two types of people. I figured it out. There's two types of people. Otherwise, I mean, there are some that, there's some that are really, really dumb. That is one sector of them. But there's another sector that I believe generally want him to be harmed. So I think there's a group of people that actually hate him, but they donate to him to see him get harmed. It's almost like right? Like they want to see him get harmed, right? So there was one, and I think there's more than one, that was trying to make him miss court, for sure. Absolutely. They wanted him to miss court.